Of all the games to be ported to as many consoles as possible, Resident Evil 4 has to be the top one. After its original GameCube release in 2005, we've seen it on PS2, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, and no doubt I've missed quite a few as well. But now the game has finally arrived on Switch with the ability to play it on the go. Let's see how they did, shall we? Resident Evil 4 sees the return of Resident Evil's 2 protagonist Leon Kennedy, who's been sent to Europe to find the president's missing daughter. This journey ends up in the rural Spain, which poses its own threat, with the residents of the small village who have seemed to be taken over by this new virus. So Leon must make his way through this little village and try to figure out what the heck is going on whilst trying to find and protect the president's daughter. Resident Evil 4 marked a bit of a change for the franchise. Gone was the fixed camera angles and fixed shooting of old. Instead, we had a third-person view with an over-the-shoulder camera with third-person shooting elements. At the time, the game was a real pioneer in third-person shooting, and still, after all these years, is really good to play. Playing through Resident Evil 4 again for the upteenth time is still a blast and proves how well created the game was, and it does stand the test of time. Resident Evil 4 is a brilliant mix of action, horror and puzzle solving. Going through the game, killing plenty of hideous monsters and meeting loads of memorable characters is still great. During the game's 15 or so hour story, you start off with a normal handgun and end up with a pretty extensive arsenal of weapons to do some truly devastating damage. And you'll need these weapons for the game's great collections of boss fights that I won't spoil for you if it's your first ever time playing the game. After you completed the game, the good news is that you're still not done yet, as there's still the extra Ada Wong campaign and the brilliant Mercenaries Mode yet to play. The Mercenaries Mode is a fantastic score chaser that sees you pick a character and enter a zone and basically kill a load of monsters whilst trying to keep the time ticking along. It's still a blast, and even long after you've finished the main campaign, Mercenaries Mode will still keep you coming back time after time. If you ask a lot of folks which version of the many different ports of Resident Evil 4 is their favourite, there's a fair amount of people who'll say the Wii version, mainly due to the motion controls. Many people were hoping that the Switch version, due to its high price, would bring back these iconic motion controls, but alas, Capcom has decided to leave them out here, and whilst it's a shame, you never know, Capcom may patch them in later if enough folks complain. The controls what we have here are serviceable enough and do provide a comfortable ride, but shooting can feel a little bit off sometimes. It could be due to the frame rate, or it could just be due to the controls, I just don't know. As for the game's presentation, I'm pleased to say this version is based on the PS4 version, which itself is based on the PC version that was released a few years ago. The game runs at 1080p at 60fps stocked and 720p at 60fps in handheld. It looks fine, but it's starting to show its age, so maybe it's time that Capcom does a proper remake for it. As for the frame rate, even though it's 60fps, it regularly drops, but hopefully a patch can improve it. Conclusion time now, and it's great to see Resident Evil 4 on the Nintendo Switch. The game still holds up very well today with great shooting, horror and puzzle elements, and it's easily one of the best Resident Evils out there. This isn't a remaster, just a port of the PS4 version though, but it does mean it is the best looking version that is available on a Nintendo system. I do think the price of £30 is ludicrous, and some will certainly miss the motion controls, but it's a game that people hold dear to their hearts. So with that, I'm giving Resident Evil 4 on the Switch an 8 out of 10 with the title of great. Thank you for watching my review, like, rate and subscribe, and until next time, happy gaming, bye!